For the setup, the Buddy Pough Show are provided by Wood Ash Furnishings. Wood Ash Furnishings is a proud sponsor of the Buddy Pough Show.
When you have a football subdivision team taking on a Division I team, Coach, there's some things that you'd rather have, and I would have rather had the football to begin this football game.
Well, we actually won the toss and deferred here, and that's just been our style, and we stuck with it right here. We do a good job on the kickoff. They kick it off. Jacoby Ford gets the ball for them, and Terrence Smith and Phillip Adams make the play here for them.
This was a critical drive, I thought, to begin the football game as Clemson really got itself established and got James Davis established for his best runs of the game.
Right. It puts us around a little bit right at the very beginning on the inside zone play. And Dez Benjamin makes the play there down the field, and then we come back and Phillip Adams here. But now this is, you know, almost been back in the end zone before we even get off the bus.
They went 6 plays, 54 yards. It took them about 3 minutes to do it, and Clemson was on the board. Point after touchdown was good, 7-0. And you got the feeling that South Carolina State might be in a little trouble, Coach, but you come back and you really establish yourself on the offensive end.
Well, our defense gets their legs under them after we get through that first drive and get some stop. We throw the football here to Dustin DuBose out on the little bubble screen and get something going here. And we end up trying to run a little shovel pass at a wheel, and they get a little twist right into it, unfortunately, and get a stop. And
Aaron Hare had a good day yesterday.
Aaron Hare did punt the ball pretty well. He punted for about 40 yards, and we covered pretty well, too. So you see Raphael Bush and Marshall in that crowd, Ryan Potts there on the tackle.
You know, a lot of folks were concerned about a return game. You talk about the fact that we did cover it well. C.J. Spiller on the run here, and this was probably his best run of the day because he really could not get on track.
He didn't get going, and our defense in general did a fairly decent job against the run. They kept making big plays on us in the passing game, and, you know, that was a little bit of a problem. But they try to go with one of these hogs-style kind of formation here with James Davis at the quarterback position, and they snap it over his head, and we end up getting a big play out of it because that helps us get them stopping the series.
Third down situation, forcing Cullen Harper into a situation he's not comfortable in, and the Bulldogs come up with a big pick. Terrence Allen on the interception.
Right, Terrence intercepts the ball. It was actually intended here, I think, for Jacoby Ford, and he tips it, and Terrence gets it on the tip drill.
And that would be the first of 2 interceptions in South Carolina State's defense. And, you know, we talk about the defense, Coach. You look at the final score, no indication of how well we played.
Not really. And, you know, that happens. You know, when points are scored in bunches like that, sometimes on turnovers, your defense feels like they're playing pretty good. That was Malcolm there, the Phillip Adams. I mean, Philip Morrison. Philip played pretty well. I thought he did a good job with some of the returns, too. And this is Malcolm here to Dustin DuBose. You think we got something going here. We look like we're moving the football pretty good. And, you know, we throw another ball in here on a little slant route sort of to Trey Young. And we actually had a little hitch pitch set up off of that, but, you know, they were on him before he got a chance to get it thrown. And then you see one of our problems here. You know, we got a chance here to convert a third down. You know, it's 3rd and 3, and we get the little under route and get a drop. And after that drop, then we missed the field goal.
They missed the field goal wide right. Blake Erickson on the opportunity there. Get it down to the Clemson 22-yard line before we bogged down. 7-0 now. Still in the first half. And again, Aaron Kelly on a catch here, but pretty good defense eventually.
Not bad. And you teach your defensive linemen to retrace. After they rush, and they got to turn around and go back in the same direction they came from. And thought this was a block in the back here. And, you know, they did call the horse call. That's a new rule this year in college football, where they got the pro rule now where you can't grab the guy in the back of his shoulder pads and tackle him. But now this is Julius Wilkinson intercepting the ball. And I'm sure this was a big play for Julius because Julius actually signed with Clemson out of high school. And, you know, because of some extenuating circumstances, never quite made it there. And we ended up getting him. He's turned into a good player for us.
Out of Gaffney High School up near Clemson. That was the way the first quarter ended. Bulldogs trailing Clemson 7-0. You get a chance to see the big video screen up in the east end zone up at Clemson. But again, Coach, you talk about our offense. When we were able to do some things, we moved the football. It was just the key plays that we didn't get anything done. This was a critical play.
And this is the beginning of when things unravel for us in the second quarter. We've got the football. We're moving the football. We throw the little swing pass screen there to Will Ford. They call us for procedural penalty for our offensive line being aligned too deep. I told them, I said this was the same alignment that we actually got from Clemson, the way Clemson aligns also, but they didn't quite see it that way. And You know, we ended up giving them the football back on an interception. After the interception, they get rolling a little bit. You see James Davis running here on the zone play. And, you know, Cousin Harper here, this is a third down conversion play here. And, you know, this was a really big play because we were a little bit too soft on the corners and give up a big third down conversion.
Tyler Grisham on that catch. James Davis getting up into the end zone. And just like that, it's 14-0 Clemson. However, you know, you still have played well here in the first half, a turnover. And you go back and you look at the points because things kind of unravel here in the second quarter. All of the points that Clemson scored in the second quarter, the 23 points, were either from a turnover or a penalty.
Right. They mostly came after turnovers. And right here, we end up having to scramble away. And Malcolm throws a deep ball here. This interception.
Deep ball. Notice the block coming up here on this return right here. No penalty called on that.
Yeah, you know, that was another block in the back that, you know, we didn't quite get. But sometimes those things are hard to see out the middle of the field.
It happened so quickly with Clemson on the move, still moving the football. Very similar. Their offense very similar to ours. Tyler Grisham, good job running after catching the football.
It is, and this Grisham kid is you know, is one of those kind of players. He came in as a quarterback. He's just a hard-nosed guy. Has had 5 concussions. So you can imagine how many times he's hit people.
And just like that, you go from 7-0 to 21-0 down, and then Bulldogs get Dwayne Clark into the game. Will change the pace right through his hands, right through the wicket, so to speak. And the safety here as he bats the football out of the end zone, and that's just a tough situation because we've seen that we have things going offensively.
But that's just a freshman play. You know, he's kind of young at this thing, and first of all, you got to know the rule. You can't bat a ball out of the end zone. And besides that, you know, you got to catch the football.
Tigers smelling blood right now after having only been down 7-0 first half ends. Bulldogs trailing 30-0. We'll have more